We got Libras first. Happy birthday. Libras are the first ones.
Oh, come on down.
Libra, come on down. How's the chat doing?
Libras.
All right, Libras. Let's see what's going on with you this week. You did pull the 9 of Swords in reverse. So this is about allowing yourself to understand, especially at your birthday, Sun square Jupiter, that maybe the emotional pain that you have nightmares of going through is not a nightmare, but a success story. That I think that you're realizing that what you've been so afraid to deal with, what you feel like would be the worst nightmare scenario to deal with in a relationship, is not as big a deal as you think it is. It's more of a big deal if you don't do something about it. That would be the nightmare. But this is you getting over your fears extremely, especially emotionally, with the Sun squaring Jupiter this week and with Mars in your relationship house square Pluto. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of big energy in your relationship sector, especially in the emotional and relationship sector, while in having to fight for your own harmony in your life. You did get the Hermit reversed as your challenge. So it's like you're not using the wisdom that I think you've already 100% gathered. And maybe your problem also too is, I feel like, because this is a challenge, is like, oh, I just want to keep seeing if there's more data. And there's enough data here. You know, how much longer do you just want to keep observing the situation and then not applying anything that you've already gotten? You know, it's one thing to take data and then apply it in life. There's another where you can still take data and still keep moving on in your life, instead of like making every moment like, until it's reached this amount of understanding and this amount of me figuring it out, then I'll do something. It's like, that's a typical Libra story. Queen of Wands reversed is your overall. So yeah, you need to take back the crown and take back the throne of your love life, instead of feeling like you're stupid energetically from a feminine point of view, of like giving all your love away and not getting anything back, and holding love for somebody else, or holding love for something that you don't want to hold love for. The shadow to this Hermit reversed is the I won't cry for you. You know, are you holding love for somebody that wouldn't actually really even put that much emotion back into you the same way that you would? And what if even the deeper shadow deep in this is the reason why that you keep waiting for data is because you keep wanting to have enough data to be being like, well, I want to be more emotional about it, but I'm really not. That 9 of Swords reversed comes up with the Strength card reversed. So you're having some issues here, Libra, this week with having the strength to face a nightmare that's not a nightmare. So this would be very mind, but also with Mercury and Scorpio in opposition to Uranus. I mean, this is definitely dealing with 8th and 2nd houses. Like, you need to know your self-worth and know that you have the strength for the transformation, for a better, deeper energy connection, communication-wise, that it's not as scary to maybe unveil. Maybe the emotions are off because they don't understand the emotions. You're not communicating them. And you can't be afraid of that. You have to have the strength to do it. And when it comes to this Queen of Wands reverse, you pulled the Sun card reversed. So that's not too hot looking. This is definitely like not feeling within your power or your conscious self because you're not in control of setting the tone, because any regality energy, this is you not stepping into your regal self for love this week. And you have to do that, because then you'd be in an unconscious place, or you're just in an upside down position where you're not in your truth and you're not in your strength, and you're in this whole I won't cry for you, or they won't cry for me, and I need more data. No, you don't need more data. It's here. It's shocking you this week with that Mercury opposed Uranus too. And you got the North Node of life's purpose. Interesting, it's in Gemini, which is your 9th house, but I would say that with this, is it your life's purpose to have somebody, or for you to not cry for you, and that you always need to keep observing more data and more information, or that you feel like, you know, you're not ready to apply what you already have? No, it's your life purpose to go for the life that you really want. That is the door opening life, the life of abundance. That's truly the story that you want it to be, instead of hanging on to stories that kind of seem like it's almost like you're tricking yourself into liking the story that you don't like. 12th house, Uranus, Sag. And then, of course, apply the opposite, right, in life to make it good. Wow. 12th house, Uranus. This is definitely shocking out of nowhere situations that are all benefiting you, but they are going to push things that are not of a higher, more positive realm out of your life. So if you're attached to something so deeply, yet it's not good for you, the universe is going to come through and do it for you in many ways, but it will be shocking and it will take you to a better level in your life. But if you can't see the vision of that, or don't understand why Spirit's doing that, then it'll rattle you very hard. But there is some, and honestly, don't mess around with drugs too much this week, or alcohol, or anything too funky, because that'll take the situation even in the worst position. You're dealing with some very internal emotional stuff right now that's very heavy, and especially spiritually, you do not want to mess up and get shocked in the wrong direction. Especially if you're with somebody who's pulling you away from that spirituality.
Yeah, I saw Fran in the chat. She said, I'm taking my crown back. And I think that's that first step, is acknowledging that you hold the power. You have the choices to love or to not, to cry or to not cry, Yeah. But it's you holding the power, and it's that acknowledgement so that you can actually apply those lessons, so you can continue to work through any hardships, or, if you've made it through that, so you continue to know that you have the power. You are that life force. You are the energetic drive that is going to propel you forward. So know that. Take that crown back if you're missing it. But you got to know that you are missing it.
Yeah, you got to know. I like that. Especially there is that Queen of Wands there in reverse with the Sun card reverse. I mean, it is having to take your whole power back, more than just the crown. Like, the crown has power, but when there's nobody up at night and the castle's empty, you still have to take your power back in those moments when other people aren't acknowledging power, because those close to you take advantage of power in a situation like that, right? Because they're so close to you. So it's taking your true soul back in the story and the realness of what it is.